up this little cord here, you can see you just got your little short cord plug-in. So you can see right down there, you've got that little notch, lines up with that notch and that bottom pin. So it just pushes in, a little 1/8 turn locks it down, and then the thread's there to really hold it in place. Right beside it here, if you open that up, you can see you've just got your switch for your stabilizers in the back here. So as you press extend, stabilizers make their way down. They aren't going to level the trailer because, as you can see, one does move before the other, but they will stabilize it. And so as you bring them down, they're going to contact the ground. You'll hear some whine from the motor. You're going to stop there and just let it sit. If you needed to level the unit, you're going to basically be taking a jack to one side, lifting it level, and then securing it with ease. So as it firms up, you'll hear a bit of a whine, and that's all you're looking for. Right off to the side here is a cable and satellite inlet, so you plug coax cable into there, it'll fire up at your TV location. And with your short cord, as we follow that back, you can see you've got standard 30 amp end right there. Most campsites are going to have that. You can just plug straight on in, you're good to go. So that's what it'll look like right there, just plug straight in. Now this is what we call a park adapter. We do provide you with one as well, just that if you wanted to plug in to your house to charge your batteries or run your fridge, you got the power to do so. So coming down the side here, just got your sewer system right down here. So that cap right there, I'm just going to turn that off, and as you pull it back, you can see you've got those 4 ears right there. Those 4 ears are the same ears that you'll find on your sewer hose. Just plugs on the same way, press it in, turns and locks into place. Once you've got the sewer hose on and you're actually draining it out, you can see you've got your 2 valves here. The one on the left is your wastewater, the one on the right is your sewer. So when it comes to dumping your tanks, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do that sewer first, because that's obviously from your toilet, so it's your dirtiest water. Once that's done, you'll come to the wastewater afterwards and let that flush out, and that'll just help keep your hose clean. So coming up, just got a little service light there. Hot water tank here, just line up that keyway, and it pops open. So most of your controls are inside. Before you ever turn it on, you just want to hit that relief valve right there. Make sure a bit of water comes out. No water right now, just because we do currently have the unit winterized. Right down here, you can see you've got that little electric switch. If you turn that on, it's turning on your hot water tank with electricity. For firing it up with propane, the switch is just inside. Once we get there, I will show you the reset procedure. The button that I refer to is just right there. And right below your hot water tank, little black port here is your outside shower. So you'll get a key just like this one here. Sticks into there. Open it up, and you can see you've got your shower hose here, hot and cold water. So if the dog's out getting muddy, you can spray him off before he goes inside. To the side of it, we've got your city water connection. So you take a water hose, plug it into there, turn on the water. It'll pressurize the water lines throughout the trailer. And right below it is your sewer tank flusher. So over time, you may go to dump out your sewer tank. You notice that your monitor panel is still reading 1/3 or 2/3, whatever. You're just going to take a water hose, stick it into there, open up that black tank valve, run some water, and that'll just flush out the tank for you. Downward again, just got your front storage compartment here. Pop it open. This box right here has your water hose in it, as well as a couple of other little things from the previous owner. Right here, this little green bag, you can see leveling blocks also left behind by the previous owner. To the front, another little service light there. Underneath this black cover, if you just undo those 2 knobs, pop it open. You've got your 2 propane tanks here. They are both full. So, I'll just slide this cover off. And you can see in the back here, you just got your little changeover. So at the bottom there, you can see it's currently red, letting you know there is no propane in the system. This arrow is pointing to this tank, so we're drawing off of this tank. We'll open that up, and that'll go green, letting you know that propane is present. If it were to go red, well, this tank's empty. It's just letting you know it's empty. Just close that off, flip over to the other tank here, and then you can run off of this one while you get this one filled. So right in this little box here is your battery. So as long as you're plugged in through that short cord in the back, that battery is charging for you. Up front here, you've also got your tongue jack. So again, little service light in the side here. Down and up. Real nice and simple. Little locking pin up in the front. This right here is just the other end of your storage compartment. It does see straight through. And right inside here is the other switch for your front stabilizers. So same thing, extend, come down to the ground, retract, bring them back up. Also a little service light in here. So inside this black bag is an outside barbecue. This is the mount for it. Basically, just gonna sit up on the trailer. So right down here, you can see you've got this kind of little channel there. Top slides in, sits down, barbecue slides onto there, and you're good to go. This kind of zinc colored jack right here is for all of your stabilizers. So if your battery were to fail on you, or if the motors were to fail, you can still bring them up and down. And then this jack right here is for your front tongue jack. Front entry door to the front bedroom. Right here is just a service port for your fridge, nothing back there for you to worry about. Right down here is your furnace, inlet and exhaust. So whenever you're running your furnace, you just want to make sure nothing's blocking that. It does get hot. And right here is a GFI protected outlet. So if you wanted to make coffee outside or watch TV, you got the power to do so. The fresh water fill. So you take a water hose, stick it into there, fills up your fresh water tank. And as for the drain, right behind the axle there, you can see you've got the little blue hose with that valve pointing down. That is emptying it. With it closed, it's obviously holding the water. So in the back here, little entry door handle, just up 90 degrees over, sits in place. So you can see the previous owner has installed the solid step system. So you're just going to take this blue handle either way, opens it up, pull it back, and the stairs will fold out. So this pin right here, you can pop that out, then you can extend or retract your legs, just adjusting them for whatever height you need. And as we get inside, all of your controls are just underneath here. So you can see you've got your light switches here. The one on the left here is your main entry lights. One in the center there is, I believe, your outside porch. One on the right side here was a light of some sort that I can't remember at the moment. Alright. But right in front of that, we've got your slide room. So press and hold out, and the slide room will make its way out. Just pressing and holding. Once this slides out all the way, you'll just hear some clicks from the motors letting you know they are fully extended. When you're opening your slide, you just want to watch this chair right in the corner here. If it's not pushed right up against the wall, it can take the side off. So those are the clicks you're looking for there. Also underneath here, you've got your awning. So we'll press and hold out, and it'll make its way out. But because we're pretty windy today, I'm not going to go out too far at all. Just kind of give you an idea how it works. So basically, what I'm concerned with right now is just the wind is taking it. It's basically just a big socket catches it all. Once you get up to about 50-20 kilometers an hour of wind, you want to start bringing it back in, just because it does take the arms and it just bends them. Same thing, bring it back in, just press and hold in. Underneath here, you've also got a GFI protected outlet and a little light for right over the sink. Into the back here, you just got lights right across the back. Your cabinet across the top, just a nice bunch of storage. Blinds, as you pull them down, they just kind of sit where you leave them. Power outlet on this side, right up on the wall there. More storage right here. So into the side here, You just got that little light switch, turns on the 4 lights in the slide, and just a bunch of storage across the top. This in the center here, just a little push button on the side turns it on. Again, just more storage there. Power outlet down in the bottom corner. Sorry, no, right in the top corner here. Bottom corner is just an access port. So we've got your stereo right here. So power button there turns it on. Just pressing the knob. There we go, pressing the button, I mean. The knob is just going to be your volume as well as your audio control. So you can adjust all that. Now on the right side here, just your tuning. After that, really, it's fairly self-explanatory. Speaker set A is your inside set, speaker set B is your outside set, and C is just blank. Right? Then power button turns it back off. DVD is of course synced up to the TV. And your TV and your stereo remotes are just right here. More storage along here. Hot water tank is housed just down there. As I'd said, this unit is already winterized. In here, we just got a TV backer location right here, so there is an actual sheet of plywood back there that you can secure to, as well as your cable outlet and the power outlet. So your antenna right here, I'm just going to turn this to raise it. And once it's up all the way, it'll just kind of stop, just like that. And then you can take it and turn it for wherever your best signal is. When you're going traveling though, you just want to make sure these 2 arrows there are lined back up, and then you can bring it back down. Lining up those 2 arrows just ensures that the channel that the antenna sits inside of does not, or is lined up properly and isn't going to puncture it. Lift up the foot of your bed and you've got some storage here, as well as right across the side. CPAP access on the right side here. The light in the bedroom is just on its own switch. And then just storage right across. Right above your heads, in the bed, the 2 little reading lights. And then of course, as we'd said, is your other entry door here. For your roof vent, you're just going to turn this knob to open it up. The unit does have max airs installed, so no need to be concerned with the rain. Thermostat here. So you can see we're currently off. I'll turn it over to fan, and that'll turn on the air conditioning fan. It's not going to turn on air conditioning, just the fan. It's just moving air. If you want the cooling side of it, I'm just going to turn it to cool. Select our temperature. And again, because it's cold today, it's probably not going to go. There it goes. Cool. All right, then we can select our fan speed, so we can go high or we can go low. Typically, we're just going to leave it on auto. If you leave it on, it's going to run the air conditioning fan all the time. For example, if we were over to heat, wanted to heat the unit, select our temperature there, and it'll turn on the furnace. Then if you were to have the fan on low or high, it may kick the air conditioning fan on and run that at the same time. That's of course defeats the purpose of running your furnace, because your air conditioner is bringing in outside fresh air. So we'll just leave that on auto. Well, the first time or 2 you run the furnace, it might be a little bit of a smell throughout the trailer, so that's fairly standard. It will go away with use. Into the bathroom here, light switch is just up on the wall. Here we've got an electric switch there for some reason, couldn't tell you. As I'd shown you outside, the electric switch is out there for the hot water tank. For gas, just going to turn that on and that'll fire it up with gas. So that light comes on, just letting you know that the ignition sequence will start. The light will go out once the sequence has started. If that light were to come back on afterwards, it's at that point it's letting you know that it hasn't fired up. At that point you'll be going out and hitting that reset button I'd shown you. Quick and easy way for you to check if your hot water tank has fired up is you can just open up this panel right there, and normally you can actually hear the flame going, as we can. So turn that back off. Right beside it here is your monitor panel. On the bottom is your pump. Turn on the switch, turns on your water pump, drawing out of your freshwater tank. Right up above it, your battery. So because we're plugged in right now, you can see we're currently C for charging. G would be good, F is fair, L is low. Fresh tank, so as you filled that up with water, you go to 1/3, 2/3 and full. Same idea for your black and your gray. Your GFI protected outlet over here, so a number of your outlets throughout the trailer are GFI protected, and if they ever don't work, this is a good thing to come and check. Sometimes you get that little orange light there letting you know they're not working. Reset is just right in the center there. medicine cabinet here. And right above it is your roof vent. Again, just turning to open. The only difference with this one, it's got the little fan there. Roof vent also has a max air over it, so you still no need to worry about rain. Shower here, pretty standard. Simple. For your toilets, does not have a foot lever. It is just the hand lever over in the back there. Simple as that. And then just more storage below it. And then of course your sink. For your fridge here, typically you're just going to be leaving it on auto. Auto's first going to look for AC power, and if AC power isn't available, it'll automatically switch over to gas. So because we're plugged in right now, we're currently running on that AC. Now if you're to go dry camping and you want to run it purposely solely on the gas, you just flip that switch over to the right side onto gas and it'll fire up with gas. If that little orange light there starts flashing, it's just letting you know it hasn't fired up on the gas. So the same thing as your hot water tank there, you're just going to turn it off and back on to reset it. So open it up, you can see it's actually got some decent storage capacity here. And then temperature selection is just right here. Pretty simple. For your stove, I don't have a lighter on me, so just give me 1 second, I'll go grab one. Alright, sorry about that. Now when you're lighting up your stove, typically you're going to want to start in the back there. So we'll turn it over to light, stick the lighter over there, and as soon as it clears all the air out of the system, she fires up. There we go. So whenever you're running this stove, remember it is burning propane, so you are putting off fumes. So right above on your hood range here, just turn on that fan, it's going to suck out those fumes and evacuate them right out of the trailer. Up here you've also got a little service light. Right above it we've got your microwave here. Pretty standard, not much I can teach you about that. And then right below your stove, I guess we can go over your oven. We can open that up, press it in, turn it over to pilot, and while you're pressing and holding, right in the very back there, you got your little pilot light you can light. Once it's going, you're just going to hold that knob in for another couple seconds or so. Then you can release and it'll stay. Then you're just going to turn it over to your desired temperature and she fires right up. When you're done, you can bring it back to pilot and it'll hold the pilot light for you. However, if you're ever leaving the trailer, or if you're traveling, you want to make sure that's right off. And then right below the stove, you just press that top there, opens it up. You've got your converter panel with all of your breakers in the center here. Whenever a breaker breaks, it'll sit in the middle, so just turn it off and then back on. And over on the side here is all of your fuses. They've got little red LEDs right beside them, so that whenever a fuse pops, the light will tell you exactly which one's gone. Previous owners also left some fuses back here for you. And that's that. So lastly is just going to be your smoke detector up here. So of course, I always want to make sure that thing's good and going, ready to go. And there we go. And then lastly, for real this time, is your propane detector. So propane's heavier than air, it sits on the floor. This guy works just like a smoke detector. If it detects propane, starts going off right away. If you ever hear it going off, you just want to open up some windows, get some fresh air in here. Alright, if you've got any other questions on the unit, please feel free to give us a call, 204-237-7272.